Today's video, we're going to talk about how to promote a subscription-based business model related company. In other words, companies that you're trying to run that are trying to get subscribers to a product, recurring revenue through selling product or services. This also works for services and not just SaaS companies here. That's just one type of service, if you will, where recurring revenue, subscription-based business models will work. It will basically work in any business if you get creative enough. There's people doing this stuff with car washes, almost anything you can think of nowadays, enough to where people are bitching, why is everything turning into a service? Well, because the people that figure out how to do this in a market crush everybody. Get 2 to 10 times the lifetime value from a customer. You can pay way more for ads than anybody else, and naturally then they're going to gobble up more and more market share. And that's how it is. So I'm going to tell you how to do this, and then as per me being an ad expert, I'm going to tell you with online advertising how you can actually get the subscribers, because that's obviously the most difficult part. Running a subscription-based business model is not hard. Coming up with an offer for how to get people to become a subscriber and then how to promote using the ads is the hard part. And frankly, the offer itself, how you're going to get that person to sign up, what you're offering them, because the typical thing why people get stuck on this is they think, well, if I just offer them my subscription program, they should want it. They should want it. And that's really dumb. People don't sign up to subscription programs just for the heck of it. If you want to sell your deer meat to people that normally buy deer meat, you got to have a compelling premium, generally speaking, to give to that person to incentivize them to actually take the leap from liking to buy deer meat and actually wanting to sign up to buy deer meat every month. This is the key thing that people get wrong about subscription-based business models. And for that matter, how to get a subscriber is pretty much a process. And I'm going to go through what that process is start to finish here, of which I've seen several companies do this already. And I can give you examples specifically from the coffee space, specifically from the hardware space as well, and give you everything that, in terms of examples actually, everything that you need to make money. We also do this with a professional service as well that I'm going to also go over here. So with that, I'll get directly into the content. So for the most part, okay, advertising online today is so expensive that you need some kind of a reoccurring revenue source just in order to properly monetize online advertising for your business. It isn't 2010 anymore where you can advertise and the sales you get from your initial product or service that you're selling can pay for the ads to find the customer that buys the second product or service from you, and the third, and so forth. Everybody knows what online advertising is, and everybody does it. You know, if you wait in business, if you wait for everybody else to do something, there's going to be very little opportunity in it left, because now it's saturated, right? Well, online ads were predicated on supply and demand. Cost, more people in it that want the ad space, want the eyeballs, more the cost of the ads went up. Now it's basically been priced appropriately for people who understand how to run a business, instead of, you know, a business where they can get repeat customers, we'll say, instead of a transactional business where they're trying to sell one thing to one person one time, and then where's the next customer? Okay, we'll sell that one thing to them one time, and then not have to have a good product or service even, so that they can actually get people to come back. So, you know, you may not be in a business that people buy more than once, and with that, you know, the ad cost in your niche, at least, we'll just say, should be low enough where you actually can take money from the initial customer you get to parlay it into a second customer, a third customer, like that. For the most part, you still have to have a ramp up period because your ads are never going to run efficiently for the first few months, 99% of the cases, and it's not going to be profitable. So you can get enough data to to run your ad successfully, profitably, which means you usually spend like a few thousand a month for 6 months to get it to baseline profitability, then you scale. But if you are in a business where people can buy more than once, they're not buying that, specialized floor paint, if you will, that you only need to apply once every 30 years or whatever. And that's just the business that you're not, you don't have more than one place to apply it, and that's it. If somebody legitimately could buy more than once from you, whether that be the same thing or another thing that you sell, then the subscription-based business model basically just formalizes the process of getting that customer back, so that you end up getting a lot more lifetime value from a customer than you would have got otherwise waiting for them to come back on their own volition, or where you would reach out to them and convince them to buy over and over again. Because obviously, once you get them to buy on a reoccurring basis, the money and time you have to spend to keep asking them to buy again, it doesn't take any. There is no ongoing cost. As long as you're doing a good job in the delivery of your service, there is no ongoing marketing cost to get the rest of the purchases to ramp up your lifetime value from a customer. It's just there, which is why it's so much more profitable than just asking people to buy again and again and again. So with that said, the best way though, where most people go wrong, we're trying to run a subscription-based business, and instead of just making it a string of transactions that they're trying to get their customers to engage in, the best way to promote a subscription-based business offer is to use an ascension model. And a lot of people have done this before, where they sell a $7 ebook, and then if they buy that, that will then market a $500 ebook, and if they buy that, then they're pitched a $2,000 consulting or like a group coaching session or whatever. If they buy that, then they're going to get a dedicated coaching session for $10,000. And then that's what people typically think about as an ascension model. But for the most part, it doesn't work that well. Not like it used to. The person who spends $10,000 is not the person who buys a $7 ebook, because they don't have time to read that $7 ebook, so it's kind of a poor way to go about getting people. And the cost of advertising has went up. Marketing a $7 ebook isn't cheap anymore. So for that reason, it doesn't work out real well. So there's some spaces where it does work. What I'm advocating to you here is to do a different model than that completely. A typical model that will work for any business where they could sell more than once to that same customer. So what this is like this. You're going to sell, whether you sell fruits, specialized exotic fruits, or you're selling professional services, you're going to market to people on Google Ads. Could be Facebook ads if you wanted to, but Google Ads, and only people looking for very specific things. They're looking for a specific product that does a specific thing, or a specific model of product. You're selling to somebody who wants an HP, a replacement toner for an HP 128, color, and there's only one product that will fit for it, and you're searching for that exact product, and you bid on that ad spot on the top of Google for it to get them to a page that sells only that product, to make it as easy as possible for that person to buy that product. And then you use that hopefully to break even to get the customer. And like I said, even with ad costs nowadays, you probably aren't even going to make money on that transaction. You're probably going to lose a little bit of money, at least from the direct cost of the advertising it took to get that customer, but you make it up in the organic rankings that you're going to benefit once you've scaled up ads, which a lot of people dispute me on. I see this all the time. When you spend 10 grand or more on Google Ads, your organic goes up like a lot, goes up in tandem with your ad spend going up. You get it through referrals, you get it through repeat business. So, but for the most part, you get most of the advertising costs recouped from that initial transaction, what you make on it. At least if you had no other costs other than the cost of the product. Okay, now you have a customer for a very cheap price, of which you could milk, essentially, for no better word. But you milk it through providing insane value to them and in an efficient way. So what you do then, user now knows who you are and hopefully likes and trusts you already, otherwise they wouldn't have done business with you, or at least when they get their product, it delivers like you said it would, they do. Or at some minimal level, they trust you and like you as well. Then you offer an incentive to get them to advance the relationship with you. So this is where we had a person that sold fasteners, okay? We said sign up for, and this you can do through email, but also you do through ads. Why both? Because most people don't see an email. An ad, you can guarantee they'll see it through, taking customer list, email address, uploading it to Google Display Network, or you'll just have it through Google Display Network and Google Ads through the conversion tracking you have set up. And so the customers that buy, they immediately are put into a sequence, so they see an ad that says sign up for an account to get an extra 50% off your next order of fasteners. So we know that person will eventually need probably some other fasteners. Maybe not always, but a decent enough chance to where, and the offer is good enough. We didn't just offer 10%, boring, and this is where people go wrong. Online marketing and making money in business is more about structuring an offer that is compelling. Even when you could take something boring, you can make it compelling by being creative. Everybody just wants to sell what they have as is and wants people to damn well buy it. And when you're running an ad and you're trying to have it show up for somebody randomly that's reading an article, they don't give a shit, frankly. So you're just wasting your time. Or they give a shit about it little enough that the cost of the ad space to get in front of them doesn't pay for itself. So, anyway, with that hardware supplier, fastener supplier, they did that. And they got a good amount of people, like basically around 15% of the customer list, to sign up for that, after pounding it to them on a regular basis for the next 90 days after they purchased, okay? With that, okay, once they sign up for an account, which the account now, by the way, can ask them as they sign up, what industry are you in? Which we don't bother to ask them on their initial purchase because that would hurt. It's too much for somebody that doesn't have a relationship with us already. What industry are you in and why are you buying? Of which, if they're in the solar industry, we can have an email sequence, okay, that is related to the solar industry and like the supply issues in terms of the hardware, related information about the solar industry that they're now automatically subscribed to. The key thing here is that the information has to be relevant and useful, okay? Most people don't even do email drip sequences to the customers they sell to at all. Of the ones that do, very, very few have good information. Oh, we just, now are 30 years in business, or we had a new product, look at it. People don't give a shit. What does that information need to know that's related to their industry or what it is that they're doing that you can give them that they like the fact that they're getting your emails? Put yourself in the user's shoes. Would you want to get this email? You gotta give value. They gotta, once they see your email, they gotta say, wow, I'm glad I got this email. So that when they they get the next email from you, they want to open it. Otherwise, after they read that first email, they say, that sucked. They're not opening any more emails, you're done. So it's either do it all the way or don't waste your time with it. But value is insane if you can get an email sequence that people will actually start reading and paying attention to on a regular basis, because you've got captive attention that you can tap into now that there's a law of reciprocity in that people want to give to you when you've given back to them. Well, content that you share with them that has no ongoing cost, because you can share that same content with all the other people who bought. So this email sequence, once they've been subscribed for a while, and you can actually see through your email stats if they're subscribed and how many emails they've been opening and so forth. Once that person has read 7 emails at least, you can have a phone salesperson call them up and say, hey, how's it going? This is Johnny from XYZ company. They know who you are because they're subscribed to your email. How you doing? Hey, I also just, I hope things are going well. How's everything going in your space, in your business? Listen to it for a while, engage. After all that, because you don't want it to seem like a sales call. Oh, okay, hey Johnny, by the way, I actually wanted to also talk to you as we had a key customers program here where we can offer you ongoing coaching and consulting about your supplies that you need to be ordering to help you get what you need at the best rates, the best timing, foresee supply chain issues, that kind of thing. And we offer it all for free. All we ask is that you are able to purchase a certain minimum amount each year from us. Okay? And of course, if you don't order it all, we'll give you a little bit, you can parlay it into the next year. But we would like to get you signed up for that program because you built rapport with them on the phone. A certain percentage now will opt into that. Now you've got ongoing revenue locked in from then on, and it's guaranteed because you got their card, and it's going to be billed, every month. Because ultimately, yes, you're letting them buy. Like I said before, you're letting them push up. They didn't use all their credits. You can go into the next year; they can use it then. But you're still getting the cash up front every month. And then now they have somebody to call anytime they have a question about any of the supplies that they need. And then it's all just math. People don't do this kind of crap because they say, well, what if somebody abuses the program? What if they call too much? Just figure out how long they use your time every month. Take a sample of 100 customers, find out how long they're talking, and then if they talk too damn long, make the minimum buy-in a little bit bigger. And then you're done. This is not rocket science. People don't do this because they don't like taking a risk. They want people to buy because they know the margin on the product, and there's no risk in that. So the problem is, what you're offering is fucking boring, and nobody gives a shit. So therefore, they're not going to sign up for your shitty subscription program. So this is like a seduction process. You're slowly introducing them and putting them in a position to where they would be happy to sign up for your subscription program, even though they weren't interested in it initially at all, because you built rapport with them. So that's what this fastener company did. They could get basically 30% of the people on the phone to sign up for this coaching program. Why? Because they're going to be buying anyway, and this person can guarantee, virtually speaking, that they're not going to have any more supply issues. Because they're going to, if there is an upcoming supply issue, that person's going to foresee it and make sure it doesn't happen. You may not be able to offer that kind of value to your customers in order to get them to sign up for your reoccurring revenue subscription program, but you may be able to offer something else. Get creative. To give you some other examples of how this could go, for a coffee company. Okay, what do? It's a high-end coffee company that sells coffee to people who shop at high-end grocery stores in LA. Okay, it's like a posh, it's a coffee that was, in the posh grocery stores in the LA area. And why? Because it has all the bioethical blah 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 blah, like all the, I don't know what you want to call it, liberal traits, tied to it, non-GMO, non-abuse, whatever. You get what I'm saying. I pay attention to that somewhat, but not completely all of it. Anyway, what they did, because I know what you're saying. Well, Corey, how can I do an email sequence here? What I sell is boring. Nobody gives a shit to sign up for an email sequence for a coffee product. It's a commodity. In that case, though, what you have to do is to go up another step or another layer. In that case, they knew that nobody gave a shit about the updates in the coffee world, so what do? They talked about other high-end, posh food venues that are opening up, changing, the in news about the high-end food spots in LA in terms of not restaurants, but but also not just grocery stores, but other places where you can get high-end food, like you can get at the high-end grocery store where the coffee that they sell is sold primarily. So that information was useful to those buyers because that's the type of stuff they're into. And there's no newsletter about that elsewhere that exists. So they used that as their in, so that when they had their person eventually contact them, or that their email that went out to them asking them to sign up for their subscription program on the coffee, it was well received. Hey, just calling, Janie, I know you're a subscriber to the email newsletter that we have. We have a subscription program that we have available for coffee, so you don't have to go back to XYZ grocery store in LA to get it. We send it out once a month. And, just to thank you, by the way, for, being a subscriber, customer, we're willing to send you 3 bags, your first 3 bags totally for free. Then, after that, we'll simply bill your card once a month. You'll get it, your 2 bags that you want every month after that. You don't have to worry. It shows up at your doorstep from now on. And if you ever want to cancel, just let us know. You don't have to take it anymore. If you already drink that coffee, that legitimately saves you time. Knowing, by the way, that they can cancel anytime also quashes any concerns right up front. Because if there is something they could be thinking about, you let them know. The whole thing with sales is common things that they could be thinking, you put up front, for the most part anyway. You don't want to put doubts in their mind necessarily, but if something comes up a lot, you should address it for the most part. And that's what they did to get their subscribers. So a certain amount would subscribe though right away when they bought on their website. They also sold on their website, not just in the LA grocery stores like I was telling you about, but not that many. They used this email sequence that they had, and then ads and emails that could go out to that person afterwards to get a lot more to sign up for the subscription program. It's very hard to get somebody to buy coffee and get them to sign up for a subscription program right away, unless they already were a customer of that coffee product because they bought it in the LA grocery stores, which some were, and that's where they were getting a lot of those subscribers at. So that's another example of how you could do this. We had somebody in the professional services space that helps manage a certain software, a business-to-business related software for people, as serving as a consultant as well as the person who manages the software for them. And with that, so you may not even do this email sequence thing altogether. This is just one option that you have to get people to buy into your subscription program. You could say right up front, after somebody buys a one-off service from you, I just need somebody to connect this and this, and then you do the job. Then you come back and you skip this whole step as well as this step, and you go right to the phone sales pitch after you've completed the job, and you say, hey, just to let you know, we have a program where we keep an eye on your software that you're using, and if there's any problem at all, any updates that you need, that the software needs, anything you have questions about, you simply call me, and I'll take care of it, and I'll manage the whole thing for you, and guarantee basically that I'll never have a problem with it again, and anything that you need will be done just with a simple phone call. We charge $70 a month for this program. Would you like to use it? A certain percentage will say yes. But even if it's 5%, it's worth calling every single one of your customers or clients that take that, or I want to say customers, that hire you for something that they need just as a one-off, because that's $70 a month. We're talking an average of 2 years that they're signing up for this program before canceling, because some of them go on forever. A bunch of them stop after 3 or 4 months. And $70 times 12, now we're talking $900 a month. That's an extra $1,800, which of course there's an ongoing cost to manage what they have, but basically there's not a whole lot to do. So it's extra $1,800 of the revenue, the engagement, talking about $1,000 engagement on average. Now you're tripling your revenue with one simple phone call after every single engagement that you have that is completed successfully. When you pitch them right after you have a successful engagement, they're really happy. That's the best time to pitch them on that. The best way to do it is on the phone, not through email, because it's easy. You just can't get certain things done on a damn email that you can get through a personal phone call. You just call them up randomly and you pitch them. So that's another way you can go about doing this as well. And I mentioned before, this works for services. Nobody does this. So it's another way. So that's how you, for a service business, handle this for the most part. To get people to sign up for the subscription program, a lot of times you want to use a premium. Premium is what you offer with the subscription program to make the subscription program seem more enticing. Because even though they know, like, and trust you, even if they signed up and are reading your emails that you're sending out, you still a lot of times need that little extra something added with your pitch in order to make the pitch seem good. For the coffee company, first 3 bags are free. Would you like to sign up? And it's all just math, right? Because a lot of people would say, I'm not giving 3 bags out. Maybe they just quit after 2 months. These people are so predictable, so lame. Take a damn risk, and if you think it's a big risk, just do it 10 times. Worst thing you're out is $1,000. See how long they stay. A lot of times, though, a premium could be good. You can have a sampler pack. If you sell wine, why not every single time you have a wine come in for your subscription program, send it out with their favorite wines in a pack, if you will. It'll contain mainly what they want in terms of re-upping what they normally order, plus a couple things to try that's new. But when you call them, in order to just say, hey, would you like to subscribe to this program here, it's too much of an ask. Throwing in there, we'll give you a free sampler pack, which has all the best rated wines in 2023 by Wine Magazine here. We got them. We'll put them in the sampler pack. We'll send them to you. All we ask, so you sign up for a subscription program, which we won't even bill you till next month. What do you say? A certain percentage are going to take you up on that, guaranteed. So this is how you get ad campaigns that you have to spend good money on Google or Facebook in order to get a customer to really pay off. Getting creative like this. You invest, you can see the theme in this. You invest a little bit more money at almost basically every stage here in order to get them to the next stage. You invested so much money up front to get them to create an account so that you can get more information about it. Or you invested a little bit more money into an email sequence because good content costs, it's expensive. And also in the 3 bags of coffee, you got to get them to sign up with the subscription program in order to get the subscriber. But it all is just math. You can mathematically calculate the cost of each step. But for the most part, the best way it's going to work, for everything you ask them to do after they buy, you're offering them something in addition to what you already offered them, just to get them to advance to the next stage. Why? Because it's going to be way more profitable. It doesn't seem like such a ass kick when you're asking somebody, calling them up randomly while they're, watching football or whatever, to buy into your subscription program, if you're offering them a sampler pack for free. Then it's like, oh, I'm glad they called. Totally turns the whole view of what just happened. So by not getting greedy, you get what you want. By being too greedy, you get nothing. That's the way of customer development, customer marketing is. Give something to get something. So anyway, in my mind, based upon what I've seen clients that I have do that works and versus doesn't work, this is more so what works. To get subscribers, and a hell of a lot more people should be having a subscription program on the back end of their business to take the Google ad campaigns or whatever that they're running to make it a hell of a lot more profitable. It's just really complicated. This requires thought and an initiative put together. You have to put something together, you have to test it, you have to revise, you have to test it again. They have to understand the math, what the costs are at different stages, what's the lifetime value of a customer once they are a subscriber, and therefore they just don't do it. You'll probably be the only one in your whole space that does it if you take my advice here, because it's too much work for the average person. Everybody else just wants to run an ad, sell something to somebody, hope they come back. If they don't, fuck them. We'll sell to another customer. That's really dumb in the grand scheme of things. When a customer is worth 3 times what they're worth to you right now, if you just did something like this to every customer that's coming into your business. And the major thing is, you only are going to scale your ads so much when your customer is worth X. If you can get a customer to be worth 3 times as much, you probably are going to have 10 times the advertising opportunities available to you to generate a customer at a cost that's still profitable to your business, because that's kind of how things work out. So most people, what they always want to do is find another ad. Where's the next ad that I can use to make more sales? And more often than not, the answer is, how do we get more from a customer? Do that first, then find another ad. And really, the best businesses, the best business owners, what they do is they run ads. If you can get by just running more ads at your business to get more profit, you do it. You're going to hit a bottleneck at a certain point. Then you're going to figure out how to get more from a customer. And then that'll get kind of hard. You go back to running more ads. And then you walk them up in succession like that, together. So anyway, that's pretty much everything in a nutshell. If you like the video, I'd appreciate giving the video a thumbs up, and consider subscribing, as I have a ton of other content on this channel about how to make money with ads, coming from somebody who does ad strategy all day long for dozens of clients, dozens of ad accounts. The information I give you here is coming straight from the source, not from some bozo YouTuber who does YouTube full-time for a living. He doesn't do ad strategy, he doesn't have dozens of clients. Therefore, the information is bogus. So if you're going to pay attention to anything to learn how to make millions of dollars running ads for your business, this is the channel you want to subscribe to. Furthermore, I got a blog with my written work on it at guaranteedppc.com/blog. Highly encourage you to check that out if you like the channel, as well as my column that I have over at entrepreneur.com. If you are looking for an ad manager, now or in the future, this is exactly what I do for clients, and what I do is totally unique. That is, we do not charge our clients fees until we can get you a certain amount of results in addition to what you have already before we take any kind of a management fee. We can't get you the sales we promise you up front. There is no fee. Only catches is we got to know we can get good results on your campaigns. Find out if we can get results on your campaigns, and what we can get you specifically, simply reach out to me at my site at guaranteedppc.com. I'd be more than happy to give you a free analysis on what you're doing, see what the results potentially could be with what you're doing. So I'd be more than happy to speak with you on that if you would just simply reach out to me on my site. As a side, if you're not looking to work with an ad manager like myself, just do yourself a big, big favor if you were to use the ad templates, though, that we've developed for your market already. That is, if we've worked in your industry before, which we've worked in hundreds of markets now, and we're not in your same geographic area that you're at or in, you can use everything we developed for your market to get known results and just copy and paste everything we've done for your market into your ad account. We sell these templates, ad templates, landing page templates, all of it, for a one-time fee, of which you'll know the results you get with our templates up front before you even use it, because we used it already before. You've got people using these templates to start other businesses, e-commerce businesses, lead generation businesses where they just take the leads and sell them to other people in the industry. Want a passive income business idea? That's the best one I could possibly think of. But we have that as well. So if you're interested in that, you can also reach out to me at guaranteedppc.com for that. But I'll wrap it up with that, though. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in my next video where we have another great strategy for you then.